Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. This pick a card is actually going to dive into your person to see what's going on with them in their everyday world, their everyday life, so their thoughts, their feelings, and their world, okay? So if you haven't had a chance to pick a card or a stack as of yet, go ahead and maybe go back to the beginning of the video. There's a portion there for silent meditation. There are timestamps that will lead you to it. All you have to do is just pause wherever you feel necessary. Take as much time as you need in order to meditate on the stack that calls to you the most. And if during that time you feel led to pick more than one stack, that's totally okay. Go ahead and listen to your intuition on that one and pick more than one stack if you feel it necessary. Readings are timeless, so they may have a message for you, whether it be at the upload time or several months to a couple years down the road. It really doesn't matter. It's whenever it's placed into your awareness and you feel that intuitive push to watch, there may be some messages there for you. In love readings especially, some roles can be reversed, flip-flopped, vice versa, interchangeable. Some tidbits might describe you, and then there's other tidbits that might speak directly about your person. So just consider that when you're watching, and if it doesn't fit, then also please don't make it fit either, because that's just basically saying the message isn't for you. But you could always, like I said, pick another pile too, so that always works. And if I'm not the reader for you, let's say in general, that's okay too, because YouTube is full of so many other readers out there. I'm pretty sure someone has the messages out there that you're looking for. And always maybe consider checking out my pick a card playlist too, because there's other pick a card readings. You might find another that would connect better instead. So readings are general, okay, and they're not going to resonate with everybody watching. So many of you out there with different walks of life and journeys. I can't possibly expect it to connect with everybody, but I hope that maybe there will be a message there for you. And if not, that's okay too, right? So I'll go ahead and get these off the table for you. So we're going to start first with, what is it? I'm sorry. I'm just going to go over all of them. We have the love energy, all right, love card, the dogs, the keys, and the lilies. Okay, so we're going to get directly into stack number one. Okay, stack number one. We are looking at your person. We want to see what's going on with them, their thoughts, their feelings, their everyday world, their everyday life. So I have this card here. This is the one that you chose. Okay. And I am going to shuffle on the spot for tarot as well. All right. So let's see what we have. So you have the love energy, the two horses there. And let's see what else you have. All right. It says authority figures. Okay. We have vows. Okay. Air, so somebody might be air sign energy. We have resistance. Okay, let me just try to, I'm gonna have to find space for everything. All right, and we have the widower, the enemy, and we have the lover. Okay, usually this talks about like the divine masculine in a situation. All right, so let's see what we get. Again, I might have to just rearrange everything just to make sure I have room. Okay, and then we're going to get tarot here. So let's see. That's better. Okay, let's see what's going on with your person, their thoughts, feelings, their everyday world, what's going on in their everyday life. Okay, because that also may affect their feelings, you know, the way they're thinking, their mood, and everything like that, right? So let's see. What's going on with your person, thoughts, feelings, and everyday life? I'm going to get 3 cards. Okay. Whoa. Okay. So this one flipped over. All right. So I will definitely accept that. Let's see if we can get 2 more. So somebody might be a Leo, because we do have the strength card. Okay. We have the magician. Let's get 1 more. So 2 major arcana already. Wow. Okay. And the death energy. Wow. Wow. Okay. So that's like triple wow. We have 3 major arcanas here. That is some serious stuff. Okay. So, wow. All right. I have to wonder, right? Just because we have there's a couple cards that are kind of like giving me this scenario, although I can see other scenarios too. The first scenario I'm seeing is that your person might be married, okay? Because we do have the love card here. We have vows. Obviously, you know, love talks about commitments, right? This card represents two people being together, brought together obviously with love. But then, you know, we have the vows energy. We also have the authority figure. So I can't help but wonder, and I'm seeing that gavel, is somebody's going through a divorce, okay? This does talk about love and marriage and bonds. And then we also have the death card over here and the widower. So I kind of have to wonder if somebody's going through a really tough divorce, your person, perhaps. It kind of feels like they're trying to manifest their way out of this or find a way out of it. They are resisting. It looks like they are resisting the situation because it's like it kind of feels like they want out of a marriage, okay? And your person could be anybody you're inquiring about. So it could be a lover, it could be, you know, a significant other, it could be a friend, a family member, you know, something along those lines. Just someone who you feel you maybe want to check up on, okay? I'm sorry I didn't make that clear earlier. But it does definitely feel like your person's trying to, it kind of feels like get out of a relationship. Maybe they're not happy in a connection. Either they're trying to get a divorce or they maybe just had a breakup because there was just too much struggle. I say struggle because of this card here. There is turbulence in that connection, okay? Too much resistance, too much struggle, too much strife. Someone could be air sign energy. Also, when you get the air sign energy, it is a lot of thought, okay? So they've been doing a lot of thinking about this. I don't think that if they've thought about getting a divorce or breaking up with somebody, that it was something that was spur of the moment. No, it's not like they thought about this overnight. This is something that kind of feels with the energy here that has been a long time coming, okay? They're trying to be strong and resilient through this, I guess, tumultuous situation or relationship. It does feel like maybe they've been betrayed or they just have like so much, again, resistance, whether it be from a person or from a circumstance, kind of making things worse, okay? They're feeling a little... It kind of feels like, I don't know, I'm getting the vibe of impatient. Okay, so they're feeling a little impatient because they've been strong and they're just ready for something to be over, okay? They're definitely experiencing a lot of changes with the death card energy, so somebody could also be a Scorpio. Forgot to mention that. So they're tired of the resistance, they're tired of the struggle, they're tired of what they've been dealing with. It kind of feels like they're ready for a breakthrough, but it kind of feels like no matter how much they try to manifest something else entirely with the magician energy, it kind of feels like life just throws something else at them and kind of just creates more trouble, okay? They're trying to get out of a situation or let something go with the widower energy, okay? I think it does definitely have to do about love or somebody they really care about, somebody who maybe they once had a very strong affection for. Again, all this internal feeling and turmoil also, I'm getting it because from the strength card, because this lion is like ready to roar, right? Kind of like this feeling of like wanting to scream at the top of their lungs, but knowing that they have to be patient, right? They're ready for change. They're ready for something else. They're ready for something better. They're ready for a new chapter, right? Because we know with the death card and with endings come new beginnings, right? So they're ready for brand new stuff. And we do have the magician here. They're really trying to manifest brand new energy or maybe even brand new love, maybe after getting out of a bad relationship recently. So the vows are about promises, right? The things that you commit yourself to or the people that you commit yourself to. So again, if this is not about, let's say, love in general, there's some kind of partnership. Maybe it's a job, you know, it could be some kind of partnership or something that you've committed yourself to, but it's kind of like now you're ready to break free from, okay? And that could apply to different aspects in life. There just seems to be just too much sabotage in a situation that's just not working. And it's kind of like this vibe over here where it's like, I got to follow my heart. I got to listen to my own voice. I got to think this through because what I'm experiencing right now just doesn't feel right. It just feels out of whack. We do have the magician here again with this swirly, right? And then we have this here, kind of feels the same. So the magician kind of needs to step into his power in order to create the life that he wants. But it kind of feels like your person's experiencing just a lot of outside forces or energy that kind of seems like it's out of their control. So no matter how much they try to start over or let something go or free themselves from something, something happens to kind of thwart that, or they get in their own head and feel like, is this ever going to happen? And that itself, the limitation of the mind, sometimes creates the resistance or the blockage, right? So, another thing I'm getting is, I don't know. I mean, I'll just put it out here, okay? Because that's a possibility. Somebody could be having trouble with the law, okay, because of authority right here. And this is like the court, you know, the gavel with the judge, you know, that kind of thing. So I hope that's not the case. If maybe they got in trouble, right? Because this right here is like a negative energy, either a person or an outside force. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of feel like maybe somebody is probably having trouble either breaking free. Okay, because we do see this animal has the collar and the chain. Okay, so I hope nobody's behind bars or got in trouble with the law or something like that. But that's a possibility I'm seeing as well. Okay, so I just kind of feel like, you know, it does more than anything feel like somebody's going through a bad breakup or giving up on a connection, or they want free of it just because they're not happy in that situation. There's too much tumultuous energy, too much resistance, right? And it's like they're just about spent, okay? Like there's not much energy left to give to this situation, and it kind of feels like they're tired. Because if you look at this person here, like he's like, right? It's like, I can't let go. I'm trying to get out of the situation. I want to forget. I want to move on, but I'm struggling to move on, right? And it's like also the energy of the sword. It's like needing to stand in your truth, right? And live from the heart. But it kind of feels like there's an energy that's kind of creating this blockage or resistance at the moment. Maybe it's just a timing issue, all right? But they're going through some major changes in their life with this death energy. It is a card of change and transformation. Major life changes coming to a close, where a cycle is like, you know, ready to complete itself. The death card does have the scythe, right? And the scythe does talk about cutting things away, and also the energy of kind of like you reap what you sow, right? Because it's a farmer's tool, okay? So, you know, it's kind of like there's this huge shift happening in your person's life, and they might have vowed or promised somebody something, but it's gotten to a point where they can no longer keep that promise because it feels like it's in detriment to their own well-being, happiness, or truth, okay? And I'm saying that because of the vow energy. Again, wanting to manifest something else, right? And working on that manifestation, because, you know, they have to kind of like learn to step into their power. I think that's what they're going through right now. They're dealing with that, or they're trying to figure that out. And, you know, it's a process, and it does take practical steps, right? You have to take practical steps. They're trying to be strong. They're dealing with a lot, it feels like. And this magician energy, again, it's, you know, about visualizing with the mind, putting your will behind it with the wands, feeling it in your heart, you know, because you feel you deserve things in the heart space, obviously. And then with the pentacles, about taking the first physical step toward it. So it is a process, and your person's going through the process of these changes and trying to free themselves from something that's really not working right now in their everyday life. Okay, so stack number 1, this is your reading. I will go ahead and leave you here. If you feel that this has connected for you, if you feel it resonated in some way, by all means, please do let me know in the comment section down below. Like, share, subscribe, click the bell for notification to support this channel so you never miss a video. And if you want to book a personal reading with me, all my information is in the description box down below. All you have to do is visit me on Etsy, see what readings I have available, and you can book a reading whenever you feel guided to. So much love and blessings to you. I will leave you here. Take care, keep shining, and stack number 2. You chose this card over here. Okay, and I will incorporate that into the reading. First, I want to get everything on the table, and I will be shuffling on the spot for your tarot, okay? So basically, this reading is in regards to your person, their thoughts, their feelings, and their everyday world, okay? So what's going on with them? What's going on in their world? Let's take a look. All right, it says lessons and blessings, mother, cycle. All right, hold on one second here. Try to organize everything. All right, reflect. All right, officer, fortune, anger. Okay. All right, let's see what we get from the tarot. All right, number 2. Let's see, your person, their thoughts, feelings, their everyday world. What's going on with them in their life? Could be a friend, could be a family member, could be a love interest, okay? What's going on with them in their everyday life, everyday world? Maybe even somebody you haven't heard from in a while. Okay, maybe you just want to check up on them, right? So let's see. 2 more cards. Okay, let's go with these 2. Okay, let's see. All right, so the 4 of Wands. All right, so the Knight of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, perhaps. And then we have the 10 of Cups. Okay. So. All right, so, all right. I mean, it looks like your person's experiencing something in their home life, I think, okay? Because the 4 of Wands usually does talk about your home, your stability, your foundation, okay? And sometimes maybe a serious commitment bond relationship you might have with somebody. You know, this is usually, you know, said or called the 1111 card, okay? However that applies to you. I kind of feel like, yeah, and definitely something about the home life, because the 10 of Cups is here as well. And that usually does talk about, you know, marriages, home life, commitments, or just your overall happiness, right? So I am getting the vibe that your person is reflecting on some things that they've learned in their everyday life. They may be a mother, okay? Or maybe they're having issues with their mother. Maybe they have kids, because there are children depicted in this card as well, okay? And definitely the mother is the queen bee of the house, right? So I can't help but think of, like, you know, the household when I see that energy, especially with the 4 of Rods and the 10 of Cups. So it kind of feels like your person's at home, okay? At this point, at the time that I'm recording this, most of us probably are. But it kind of feels like during this time where they're at home, or they're focused on their home life at the moment, they're doing a lot of self-reflection. I also feel like they're experiencing some changes or a little bit of stress, because sometimes the Knight of Swords does talk about stress or mental stress, okay? It is an action-oriented card, and not only that, I mean, you know, look at the energy in the background, okay? So there's a little bit of chaos in this card, all right, just based on the artwork. So your person's experiencing a little bit of stress, and it kind of feels like they're counting their blessings, okay? Because it kind of feels like they've been through tough times before, and maybe they're just doing a lot of self-reflection on themselves and on their situations. It kind of feels like they're counting their blessings, waiting for the storm to pass, or waiting for something to just get a little bit better or improve, so that way they can move forward, because it kind of feels like their happiness or something in regards to their home life is hurting right now, or at stake. I don't know if it has something to do with finances. I know I don't see any pentacles here. But we do have kind of money falling out of this cornucopia, I guess a cornucopia thing, right? So with the fortune energy. So there's been a change in fortune, or a change in circumstance, that has probably brought your person a lot of frustration. This card here does talk about frustration, angst, okay? Tumultuous energy. And I say changes because, you know, everything comes in cycles and waves, right? And this does talk about phases and cycles. And they're doing a lot of thinking, a lot of reflecting on their situation. I think they're feeling a little kind of like melancholy. It's a weird melancholy vibe that I'm getting from this. I'm not really 100% sure why. They're just feeling a little bit frustrated, a little bit insecure. I say insecure because this officer energy talks about instability, okay? And the reason for that is officers, soldiers, they get deployed to different places. They're really unstable. Life is unstable, and it's kind of feeling, like that's what's going on for them. Like soldiers, their life is unstable because unfortunately it's job related, and they can't help it. But this card does talk about instability. Okay, so it's kind of like their home life or their family life is feeling a little unstable right now. They're trying to stay grounded, it feels like, and not let the stress and the worries get to them for some reason. They're just trying to find like their inner happiness, their inner voice. Maybe hoping that things with this fortune card will turn out for the best and they'll get out of a tough situation. There is a lesson behind this as well as a blessing behind the situation that they're experiencing right now. They're just trying to maintain as much stability, probably for their home life or their family members or for those that they love in the midst of a little bit of uncertain times. Okay, they're doing a lot of self-reflection though, so it's kind of like meditative energy, and they're trying to rely on that because if you look at this here, she is trying, she's very peaceful. Her eyes are closed and she's just letting the warmth of the sun hit her back and just find her inner calm, her inner joy, right? So I feel like that's what your person is doing. And I also feel like your person is like like I said, the queen bee, or the center, either the center or the matriarch of her family or the center of the household. Could be a paternal energy as well that's trying to hold down the fort for the entire family also. So it's not just, feminine energy here. It's more or less like the foundation and the rock of the family, or of a friendship even, is where, your person is trying to be strong, okay, for others. It's not just about being strong for themselves, but it's also about being strong for those that they love right now, because it kind of feels like uncertain times. Things are shifting and changing. And with the Wheel of Fortune card, I mean, this is my little Wheel of Fortune card here in this deck. Things are turning, and we do have this energy here that talks about, things coming in cycles, things shifting and changing. It's a transitionary energy. And with this, where destiny takes you, fate takes you, you kind of have to just go with the flow and try to stay stable within yourself as much as you can. So your person's trying really hard to be stable in a very uncertain time. This energy here with the dogs does talk about loyalty, because dogs are a symbol of loyalty. It does talk about friendship, okay? It does sometimes talk about needing trustworthy people surrounding you right now, and needing to rely on friends and close loved ones for support, maybe through a rough time. So it kind of feels like, they're trying to be that rock, maybe for someone else that they love, or they may need someone to put their shoulder or put their head on their shoulder, with, because since I think your person tries to be the rock for everybody else, that sometimes they forget that they need to, call on someone else for support once in a while, because they can't do it all by themselves. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like your person may need to depend on someone else, but it kind of feels like they don't outright, or they won't outright say that, because they're the ones always being the rock for everyone else. It's like when it comes time for them needing someone to do that back, they forget how to relinquish a little bit of that, you know what I mean, to someone else. So yeah, it's kind of like the pillar of strength is what your person's trying to be for others right now, when really what they need to do is kind of drop that a little bit, loosen up, and find someone else's shoulder to lean on, rather than always trying to do it all by themselves. Okay, so that's what I'm getting from this. Yeah, just a little bit of instability at the moment, because things are changing and shifting. It kind of feels very unpredictable, maybe for the house, for the home. And it kind of feels like they're struggling to make a move here, because things are so kind of they're shifting right now, okay? And it's like the Knight of Swords wants to take action, right? It wants to use its head and take action accordingly. But if things are kind of, I don't know why they're feeling like up in the air, okay? They're struggling to just take any action for the moment. They have to think this through a little bit. But nonetheless, trying to find your inner strength, your inner stability. That's kind of what they're doing. Again, I think it has to heavily do with the household, may have to do with a relationship as well, okay, because of the Ten of Cups, or marriage or something like that. There's some changes in that dynamic or in that relationship, and it's forcing them to reflect on a lot of things. However, even though there might be some stress or maybe some arguments or kind of like bickering with, you know, their person or their significant other, that doesn't take away from the fact that this is a card of loyalty, and there is loyalty in that connection, okay? And that's trustworthy energy as well. So again, your person it kind of feels like they kind of need to know that they can rely on someone, that it's not that they don't always have to rely on themselves, okay? And when somebody has always had to be their whole life the pillar of strength for themselves, and they've never been able to like fully rely on anyone, it's kind of hard to, you know, break that. And they end up feeling like, you know, they got to do it all by themselves all the time. That's really not the case at all. Okay, so your person, if this is somebody you care about, somebody you love, you may kind of have to remind them, you know, I'm here, right? That kind of thing. So yeah, there's some lessons in the mix here with these changes. Okay, yet these lessons that they're learning are also going to deliver some blessings. Okay, because you have to remember that Ten of Cups is a happy energy. All right, it's beautiful energy. It's ultimate happiness and fulfillment energy. Again, the Four of Wands energy is an energy of achievement and success. So if they can get through these changes, okay, if they can get through this, you know, a little bit of a I don't know, upheaval as far as a shift in their life, if they can just get through this, I think that they will be okay afterward. It's just almost like getting through the storm first, right? But I think they'll be fine on the other side of it. They would have learned a lot from the experience, that's for sure. But nonetheless, there's a blessing that's going to come from this. And I know that's hard to see, but you got to remember, you also have the fortune energy here. Okay, so this is good fortune. All right, it's just a tough time they're experiencing at the moment, but they're going to get through this on the other side too. So stack number 2, this is your reading. If you feel that this has connected, by all means, please do let me know in the comment section down below. Like, share, subscribe, click the bell for notification to support this channel so you never miss a video. And if you want to book a personal reading with me, all my information is in the description box down below. All you have to do is check me out on Etsy, see what readings I have available, and you can book a reading whenever you feel guided to. So much love and blessings to you. Please be safe wherever you are in the world. Much love, stay safe, and keep shining. Stack number 3. You chose this energy here. It's the keys. Okay, I'm going to put that just off to the side for now. We're looking into your person. So it could be a friend, a family member. It could be a love interest. Okay, even a spouse. I don't know. But basically what we're doing is we're looking at them, their feelings, their thoughts, perhaps their everyday life, their everyday world. Okay, so their world, their thoughts, their feelings, and their world right now. Whether you're with them together, I don't know. I will leave that open to interpretation according to your own individual situation. So let's take a look. Let's see what's going on with their thoughts, their feelings, in their everyday world. What's going on with them, right? Okay, so this says biblical, okay? Orphan. All right. Voice. Okay. We have failures. Or failure, sorry. We have fear, okay. All right, we have jealousy, widow, and you know what? I forgot. I think it was pile number 1 had the widower, okay. And then we have the gift, okay. So I'm just gonna figure this out. I'm gonna try to organize as best I can, because I got to make room for tarot, right? Because I'm going to be pulling some tarot cards too. Okay, so let's see. Stack number 3, viewers, your person, their thoughts, their feelings, their everyday world, what's going on with them. So let's see if we can get 3 cards to help us with this reading in regards to your person, their thoughts, feelings, and their everyday world, everyday life. What's going on? Let's see. Oh, okay, there's one. So we have the High Priestess. Okay, I feel like it's these two because they were being They were giving me a little resistance. Okay, let's see. All right, so we have the Fool and the Emperor. Wow. Okay, so that's actually 3 major arcana, and I definitely shuffled these. Okay, so wow, this is very significant. Okay, right away, the first thing that stands out to me is the energy of, you know, that biblical energy here with the High Priestess, because this is about, the High Priestess is about spirituality, right? That intuitive understanding or intuitive knowing. And this biblical energy, I can't help but think of, like, you know, biblical times, you know, religion, you know, Jesus, you know, all that kind of stuff. So I can't help but think that your person is maybe going through, I guess, it kind of feels like a spiritual awakening, or some kind of evolution within themselves. And whatever it is that they're being awakened to with the High Priestess in regards to spirituality, okay, it is actually helping them gain confidence in themselves in order to start over, and also relieve themselves of some baggage, because the Full energy is also about it's all about a fresh start, right? It's all about changing your outlook and your perspective on a situation, in order to move into the future and travel, with a sense of kind of carefree energy, right? Because the Fool does not carry a lot on his back. Okay, he releases baggage. He has to. How is he going to trek it into, like, you know, the unknown if he's carrying all these things on his back? So, like, fear has to kind of be released as well in order to step into the unknown. And it kind of feels like your person has had some troubles, where they maybe have had trouble facing their fears, and maybe they've had to overcome these things. Maybe they had issues with self-worth, with the orphan energy, or they were feeling like left out, alone. All right, maybe they've been feeling really left out in the cold, or alone. All right, is what I'm getting from this energy. So, and it's like they've had to kind of reevaluate themselves. It kind of feels like, or reassess their situation, maybe take a closer, deeper look at themselves, and perhaps their childhood wounds as well, because it's a little girl on the card. So take a deeper look at themselves, and spirituality is kind of what's helping them do that, right? It kind of feels like they've perhaps felt lost with this card, felt neglected or rejected in regards to whether it be people or situations or life. And it's like they have to, they find their strength, it feels like, from their spirituality, in whatever form that may be, whether that be just in philosophy or maybe a religion that they subscribe to. But they're gaining some sort of voice or faith in themselves, which is going to help them overcome a lot of things that may be on the inside, that they've been struggling with. And I think that these are like childhood wounds or core wounds that maybe have them in a mindset of failure, with this energy over here. Perhaps maybe make them question or doubt themselves. All right, but they're finding their voice, it feels like, with this energy here. And it's like with the wolf energy, this is all about instinctual energy, right? And following your intuition and that inner voice, and finding your tribe. Okay, this is about your pack. So again, I think your person has struggled with feeling alone, sometimes, or not finding people that perhaps they relate to. And this could be because they've had a spiritual awakening, or they're starting to see things in life differently than what they used to. And they kind of maybe feel even ostracized, according to, you know, what it is that they're experiencing now at the moment, or the views that have changed recently from like an awakening. And I'm not sure exactly why I keep getting the vibe of awakening, okay? But your person has learned to navigate their inner world, through their spirituality. It also helps them navigate the external world, and they're learning how to incorporate those two things together, internal, external worlds, coinciding, right? And being cohesive with one another. They feel like they have failed in the past, and I'm getting that from this energy, right? They have failed in regards to certain things in the past. And it's kind of like this energy of like wanting to do better, be better, conquer things, okay, with the Emperor. The Emperor is all about, again, finding your voice, finding your confidence, finding your strength, your power, right? Gaining control over your life where things maybe perhaps were out of control, or they fell apart with that card. Again, having to face your fears, right? and kind of trust in your inner intuition. So your person has been trusting more in their spiritual guidance, their intuitive knowing to navigate life, where a lot of times they felt lost otherwise without that, but they're learning to trust that now. And they're gaining their confidence in it as well. Okay. Again, they're becoming empowered, right? Where maybe circumstance and life perhaps maybe disempowered them in some way. They're gaining back control over their life, and they realize that they are the ones who have the keys, okay, because we do have the key here, the key and the answer to the things that they need. It's almost like this feeling of there's this saying, it's like the only hand that's going to help you is at the end of your own sleeve, right? And your person may have been one of those people who grew up not really having the help of others and has always had to rely on themselves, right? But they know that if they're going to get themselves out of a situation, or if they're going to pick themselves up, you know what I mean? That energy is going to apply now more than ever, okay? And if they really want to help themselves, they got to do it themselves, okay? And that's actually an energy of, I would say, like empowerment, right? Self-empowerment, realizing that you do have control over your destiny and over your life and over the way things will go, because you can't blame circumstance, you can't blame other people. You know, sometimes you just have to, you know, take your life into your own hands and make something of it, okay? Because yeah, life will throw circumstances at you and it will create upheaval, okay? We have that failure card. It will make you question and doubt yourself with the fear. It'll have you running away from yourself, right? It'll have you running away from your dreams instead of chasing them. And then there's a point where you got to say, okay, enough is enough. And I think it kind of feels like your person is at that point where they don't want to be the victim anymore, or they don't want to be like collateral damage when it comes to, you know, life and circumstances. They kind of want to empower themselves and take control back into their own hands and do something different, take risks on themselves with the full energy. The full energy definitely is that leap of faith, okay? And it kind of feels like your person needs to take a leap of faith on themselves, right? And travel into the unknown, trusting their intuition, allowing that to guide the way in order to lead them to, you know, their stability and strength, because the Emperor is a number 4, all right? So somebody might be Aries. I think I already said that. Somebody might be Aries. Nonetheless, the number 4 itself is a card of stable, you know, very steadfast energy, right? And it's also a card of confidence. So your person is trying to build up their confidence at this time, find their voice. Again, the key energy. Okay, this does definitely talk about, you know, a door opening that, you know, kind of leads to major change in life. So, you know, and it's an answer, because the keys itself, that's a symbol of opening doors and revealing things. Okay, it's a symbol of answers being presented to you. So they are experiencing some major change, and it feels like a new chapter is opening up to them. And it's kind of like the unknown, because once you open that door, you don't really know what lies on the other side of it. And it kind of applies in that case back to the Fool. Okay. But your person is looking for answers, and those answers are coming from a very deep spiritual place at the moment. And they're trusting that, it kind of feels like they're trusting that spirit is going to lead them to the best outcome. Okay. With this energy, and that there'll be something positive on the other side. Okay. They're also looking for answers, you know, maybe not just in spirituality, but perhaps in someone close to them, perhaps someone that they could trust. That card does talk about that. We do have the gift energy here, which talks about balance, equal energy exchange. It kind of feels like things have been very imbalanced in their situation. Again, if they've been feeling left out, or maybe things haven't turned out their way, a lot of failures, things going wrong. There's been a lot of imbalance, and they're trying to stabilize themselves and create that balance again in their life or in their situation. They're trying to follow their instincts, okay, more than ever, and find balance, and again, people who they can connect with. Again, if they're looking for answers in something, if they don't find it within themselves as far as spirituality, they're going to find it amongst their tribe somewhere, okay? Now, with the widow energy, it's kind of like the widow energy is all about trying to like leave the past behind, maybe having some struggles of releasing old things, old patterns, old people, not old people as an age, you know what I mean, like people who were once in their past. So it's kind of like that energy of trying to let go, finally put something to rest, right? And it's a struggle sometimes. It's a struggle to put these old things to rest. It could be a mindset that your person, you know, has that they've been trying to, you know, heal from as well. Again, the vibe of like that inner child that needs healed, because your person's trying to move on and start over. It could definitely be that maybe someone did leave them out in the cold, because I do have this energy here. Okay, if someone did reject them, leave them out in the cold, left them feeling alone, maybe a relationship failed, you know, they're still nonetheless trying to find guidance in their own inner knowing and their own instincts, and following through with that, listening to their own voice. If there was a betrayal, this card sometimes talks about third-party situations, jealousies of outside forces, maybe sabotaging their situation. Okay, so if they've had, you know, people sabotaging them in their happiness, or always trying to get in the way. All right, this energy would talk about that. And it's kind of like wanting to start over, get away from things and people and situations that maybe just are toxic or not healthy. And it's like like I said, taking control back of your own life, over your own destiny. Okay, and empowering yourself. So it kind of feels like your person's trying to empower themselves after maybe some doubts, some fears, some failures, maybe something that just left them feeling alone, and like they can't trust people. You know what I mean? With this energy here, and it kind of leaves them feeling like sometimes the only people that they can trust is themselves, you know. But it gets to a point where, you know, you can't be alone forever. You know, the wolf energy is a loner. Yes, most of the time it kind of feels with this orphan energy that your person has had to rely on themselves and has been the loner. But it's going to get to a point where, you know, they're going to have to eventually find their tribe, and it looks like they're working on that, so that way they don't have to feel alone forever. Okay, so there's a lot of different scenarios I'm picking up in here, but it's definitely trying to regain a fresh start, take a leap of faith on themselves, trust themselves more, listen to their own inner spiritual guidance, take control back of their life, open brand new doors into them, into new situations. They want to start over. You know, either it's getting away from people or situations or circumstances, environments, mindsets. It kind of feels like your person is leaving that behind, opening the door to something new, taking a leap of faith so they can overcome these things. All right, because I feel like they've dealt with a lot of anxieties, fears, doubts, failures, maybe tough relationships, okay, as well. And they're in the process of releasing that baggage and moving on into the unknown, okay, and trusting the journey into that unknown and their instincts while doing it. Okay, so stack number 3, this is your reading. If you feel that this has connected for you, by all means, please do let me know in the comment section down below. So like, share, subscribe, click the bell for notification to support this channel and so you never miss a video. And if you want to book a personal reading, all my information is in the description box down below. All you have to do is check me out on Etsy, see what readings I have available, and you can book a reading whenever you're guided to. So much love and blessings to you. I'll leave you here. Take care of yourself, be safe wherever you are, and keep shining. Stack 4, you chose the lilies. Okay, I'm going to incorporate that into the reading. I just want to get everything out on the table first. And what we're looking at today is your person. So whether it's a friend, family member, love interest, we want to take a look at their feelings, their thoughts, what they're going through in their everyday world, everyday life. Okay, and I am going to shuffle some tarot cards as well to accompany the reading. All right, so let's see what's going on with them. All right, so we have baby, angels, achievement. Okay, guess I'll leave it up there. We have permanence. Oh wow, okay, so we have 2 babies here. So marriage as well, bonds, commitments, right? And we have that little 1111 in the background, and a baby. So we have baby emphasized twice. I might as well just put that there. Baby does not necessarily have to mean, especially in this deck right here, okay? This deck isn't always a literal baby. In this deck, it does talk about new things, new projects, okay? So, I mean, maybe it is a baby, a literal baby for some of you. in regards to your person, but it could also just be something new, a fresh start, okay? Then we have obviously the marriage or the relationship energy here. So I think I'm just gonna leave that there together. All right, so let's go ahead and grab some tarot. Let's see. Let's get 3 cards in regards to your person. What is going on with them, their feelings, their thoughts, their everyday life? What's happening with them? Their everyday world. What's going on with your person? It's kind of acting like a checkup or a check-in, you know? I don't mean it to be invasive or anything, but the reason why I thought up this pick a card is because in one of the spreads that I have for my personal readings, I do look into their everyday world. Okay, so whether it's relationship related or not, you know, sometimes the energy in their everyday world does tie into the connection or the relationship, but oftentimes it just talks about mundane things. Okay, so let's take a look. Let's see their thoughts, feelings, everyday world. Let's see what's going on. Oh, whoa, okay. So that's a lot. Let's see. None of them flipped over. Okay. That was about 10 cards. I just want 3. So their thoughts, feelings, everyday world, your person, what's going on with them? Okay, there goes one. The moon. So somebody might be Pisces. Pisces energy. 2 more cards. Their thoughts, feelings, everyday world, your person, stack number 4 viewer. Let's see what's going on with them. Okay. The Page of Swords. The Knight of Cups. Okay. All right. So I think this is really good. This is really good energy. Okay. Again, there's something new that's entering your person's life. Could be a literal baby. Okay. It may have to do with relationships or promises that they've made or commitments, right, that they have. Maybe a new commitment, maybe a new relationship, maybe a literal child, okay? Maybe even a new project or a business partnership, okay? Remember, the baby can talk about a new project or a new endeavor, all right? So we see that baby energy emphasized, so it's the newness of a situation, okay? Nonetheless, it kind of feels like in a moment of uncertainty or doubt or questioning whether something was ever going to pan out for them. We have that here with the moon energy. So they were probably feeling really doubtful or uncertain of the outcome of something, or whether it was ever going to be achieved over here. But it kind of feels like they were relying on spirit, on their guides, trusting in their maybe guardian angels, trusting in a higher power or higher source over here, that everything would turn out exactly as they needed it to, for the highest good of their situation. Okay. We do have the Page of Swords, so I can't help but think of with the page, especially because pages deliver messages, right? And I can't help but wonder if there was a piece of information, all right, that came through, maybe in writing, okay, that came through to deliver a message to advise them that they got some good news, okay? It kind of feels like with the Page of Swords, they were waiting to learn something, okay? Because pages are students of life. They're always learning, growing, expanding, trying to level up, trying to mature, trying to stabilize themselves, right? So it kind of feels like they were hoping to learn a piece of information or hoping that they would get some kind of communication come through, okay, to give them the news that they were waiting on for a while. And during the time of that waiting process, they were pretty, unsure, okay, and it left them feeling a little kind of emotional, all right, because the moon energy could talk about that when your emotions kind of get the best of you because, things you aren't clear. There's energy that's hidden here. There's a mystery behind a situation, right, where you don't really see things as they are. Things are hidden from you. Answers are hidden from you at the moment. But we see that the answer has been revealed, okay, that some truth with that sword, okay, has been revealed. Somebody could also be not just water energy with the Pisces, but somebody could be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We also have the water sign energy emphasized with Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio over here with the Knight of Cups, right? So it does feel like they got news, finally got delivered. It's what they wanted to hear. They're happy and ecstatic that their faith, came through, and their spirit team came through to deliver some kind of message. It could be that somebody was hoping that they would be pregnant. Maybe somebody recently got the news that they're pregnant. And they're pretty happy about that. I think there was some kind of uncertainty, right, in regards to fertility or pregnancy or whatever. But it looks like there were some obstacles maybe in getting pregnant for some people, right? But it looks like the obstacle of the mountain that has been overcome, and what they wanted has indeed been achieved. So I don't mean to spill the beans if somebody just found out they're pregnant and maybe the news that they got, came through via a pregnancy test or blood work or something like that. I hope I haven't spoiled that for maybe somebody's friend or somebody's family member out there if you're inquiring about them. Nonetheless, this does feel like they're able to now move forward, okay, because the Knight of Cups is an energy of moving forward. It's action oriented, and it's action based on the heart, right, because it's cups. And it's kind of like being able to move forward happy, right, healthy, in good spirits, right? And there's lots of love for whatever news that they've received. They've achieved something that maybe they thought was impossible, especially if it was in regards to a child or a pregnancy. And whatever news that they've received, okay, that has made them so happy, whether I said it's like in regards to a project or a job or a partnership, a business partnership, maybe a career opportunity even, whatever news that they have received is indeed legit, okay? And we see that with the permanents here because it's permanent, it's already signed on the dotted line, okay? It could definitely be a marriage contract for someone as well. Maybe somebody's decided to get married. They signed their marriage license. I could even see that. Either they signed that or a contract for a new job or a business opportunity. Again, new projects. Again, it could also be some piece of information with writing on it that came through and helped them overcome an obstacle recently. Okay. Again, somebody might have also, like I said, somebody might have got married. Again, signing the dotted line on a marriage license, on something, on some kind of piece of paper, because this energy also talks about contracts, okay? It does talk about contracts. I'm seeing another scenario here, okay? And I'm going to get to this card in a minute because the meaning of this card is very simple and it applies no matter which way. Okay, it's the same and it applies no matter which way this scenario is, whether it's a business contract, new career, new baby, or marriage. This energy applies no matter what. Okay, so the other scenario that I'm seeing from this is that because of the energy I'm picking up of a contract, okay, with the marriage card, I can't help but think of a soul contract, okay, maybe a twin because of the 1111, the little candles in the back, right? The little candles in the back. I can't help but think of that. This kind of feels like having faith in a connection like that, despite the odds, the obstacles. Okay, so it kind of feels like your person has been maintaining faith in the divine in regards to a certain soul contract or connection. Praying, okay, for a fresh start here with the baby energy and brand new beginning, even through the uncertainty. Over here with the Page of Swords talks about sometimes like, looking at your social media. The Page of Swords to me is like the little detective of the tarot. So somebody might have been sleuthing, or somebody might have been spying on your social media, or trying to find out or gather information about you. But at the same time, it's a message card. So it could have been that maybe, your person has contemplated reaching out, okay, because of this Knight of Cups here, which offers, the heart. All right. It's a cup of love that they want to offer. And then there's a bouquet of roses there. So it could be that your person is contemplating sending a message here of love, taking action on the connection with love, maybe after some time, maybe after some internal debate. Okay. with the moon here. At the same time, the permanence energy, right, does definitely talk about things that are set in stone, things that are permanent, things that are real and legit. Okay, so this connection is definitely, you know, divinely inspired or ordained, and it is something based in, you know, reality, something that's tangible. You know, it's like once it's made its mark, it's for life kind of thing, right? A soul contract, right? You can't quite get rid of it. So it kind of feels like your person is debating a new beginning. And here goes a candle. So I will replace that. They're debating a new beginning or coming forward after maybe a time of uncertainty in the connection. After maybe examining their emotions for a time with that moon. Maybe they've done some searching, right, online or about you, to try to maybe, you know, see what's going on in your life, right? They could be spying again, but it's the contemplation or the debate, the emotional debate, I feel, for whatever reason, with the moon, of, you know, whether they should reach out or not, because it kind of feels like they want to overcome obstacles with this energy here and achieve things with you. Okay, if you're asking about maybe a person, a twin, maybe in no contact, they want to achieve things. They've been trusting in the divine maybe to help guide them through the uncertainty of the connection, but it kind of looks like new energy is trying to enter. Possibility for union, okay, coming together as well. Other than that, like I said, somebody could have got married and then just found out they're pregnant too. So, and then with this energy with the lilies, okay, this is about happiness. I know we have that little, you know, little guy here with the hood. He looks like the Grim Reaper, right? But in this deck, it does talk about happiness and long life, okay? And, you know, it's basically finding, it talks about finding your little miracle, okay? Finding your little miracle. It's a positive energy in regards to like miracles and blessings and finding what you've been looking for all along, okay? So this is super, super positive energy right here with the lilies. So again, it applies in any scenario. If some of you were looking for, you know, if your person was looking for a job and hoping to get, you know, word of that coming through, you know, it looks like it will after a time of uncertainty. The same thing with if somebody was hoping to get pregnant, your person might have been hoping to conceive, and, you know, finally, you know, they got their prayers answered, because if you see the little Grim Reaper guy, he is actually clutching his hands in prayer, right? So they might have got the answer to their prayers, you know, and they got the news that they finally got pregnant. And they're super happy right now, right? They're ecstatic. It's the kind of energy I'm getting. Likewise, nonetheless, somebody could have, you know, gotten married as well, signed contract, right? Maybe there was a portion of their relationship that was a little uncertain or unknown, and yet they managed to somehow get married, and start new, okay? Or having faith in the connection, they were able to unite. Be together and be married, okay? So stag number 4, this is your reading, okay? I think your person's ecstatic about some good news that's come their way, and, you know, like whatever news came through really has changed things for the better. Again, lifelong happiness over here with this card, and now they're able to move forward, content, right? Look at his face, very content with the news that they have received and the outcome that they had hoped to achieve, okay? And it's really boiled down to their faith with the Angels card, their faith in a divine order to things, in an outcome that was going to be for the highest good, because we have this little pinnacle over here with little crystals, so I can't help but think of, like, you know, the highest good of something. So definitely they've gotten the news that they've wanted in a while. For a while. Okay, so stack number 4, this is your reading. I will leave you here. If you feel that this has helped or connected, by all means, please do let me know in the comment section down below. Like, share, subscribe, click that bell for notification to support this channel, and so you never miss a video. And if you want to book a personal reading with me, all my information is in the description box down below. It's just a matter of visiting me on Etsy, seeing what readings I have available, and you could book a reading whenever you're guided to. So much love and blessings to you. Take care, be safe wherever you are in this world, and keep shining.